Hi guys, it's Drew here. I'm here to make a video today about some writing updates, how my writing went during the month of June, some ideas about where I'm heading in my direction with heading in the direction of my creativity in July, just in regards of writing, a couple of books I'm reading, and my Midori love, and yeah, and a little project I'm working on. So the first thing I'll show you guys is my little project, which is a scarf. I have another green scarf on the go. It's basically the only thing I know how to knit, but I love knitting scarves. It's just so relaxing. I managed to do like majority of this last night watching some videos and chatting to people. And I've realized that it is a definite form of relaxation and meditation for me because it allows me to just concentrate sort of on grounding myself in the process. I love the sound of knitting needles. I love threading. I love infusing this with energy. And it's been helping me to sort of clear my mind. And it's a really great practice for thinking about creativity as well and my writing. So I'll knit and I'll think about ideas. And so because I have started doing that, I ended up going to Kmart with my mum one day to pick up presents for my grandmother, and I found this pack of three. These like note paper. There's this one. There is this one which I kept, and I gave my nan the pink one as a little extra with her present as well, because she likes to do crosswords and she always uses like envelopes and stuff to write notes on. So I thought I'd get her an actual notepad to write on. I love giving people practical gifts, and so I have been using it last night while I was knitting because I knew that there was a story coming through me, but because I have been working really heavily on my healing and recovery and addiction related things, I decided that I wasn't really going to do much of anything. And I decided in terms of my creativity, I'm just going to write for the rest of this year and not really worry about publishing much or anything like that. There's a lot going on in my life, and I don't think I've really had an opportunity for a very long time in myself to just purely write and then see what happens with that. Without like, I know that I'm going to get these books published. I don't need to be constantly thinking about it in the creating process, if that makes sense. And so I got that because it's very handy when I'm doing my knitting. And also, in terms of my magazine, I was going to bring it out on July 1st. And then as I was writing and collaborating and getting more ideas, figuring things out, I also had my mum stay for a week. And then the next week, I was dealing with like recovery issues and because getting to certain points in that journey and doing a lot of healing work and journaling. So I just thought, no, I'm going to give myself a really good time to produce this magazine, and I'm going to give it away for free because for me, it's not. I don't want the magazine to be a business venture. I want it to be a creative venture, purely just me talking about my practice, talking about things and offering people suggestions or guidance or some things that may be inspired by them, rather may inspire them and be inspired by other people. And so that is that. I have my peppy tea, which is delicious. Because you really want to hear me drinking. So, and dribbling apparently. So I thought I'd show you the fiction book I'm reading at the moment. One of my goals for July, and I have been saying this all year and it's been a real struggle, but I feel like I'm finally getting to the point now where I know what I need to work with. I know what's coming up in terms of things that I need to be putting my priority and focus into. And I've taken a step back from my family and I've taken a step back from my relationship with my ex partner and housemates. And I'm really focusing on moving and putting financial things into process. And Yeah, and now that I've kind of unraveled a few things that I really want to work on, I feel like I'm much more able to relax and read. So I've been reading a hell of a lot. And so I went to the shop the same day I picked up the stuff for my nan, and I picked up Ruined by Amy Tintera. I love Amy Tintera. I still need to read the second book in her other series, but this one really, really intrigued me. I'll read you the premise or synopsis or whatever you want to call them. Emelina Flores has nothing. Her home is in Ruina, has been ravaged by war, her parents killed and her sister kidnapped. Even though Em is a useless ruin, completely lacking any magic, she's determined to get revenge. Her plan is simple. She will infiltrate the enemy's kingdom, posing as the crown prince's betrothed. She will lead an ambush. She will kill the king and everyone he holds dear, including his son. The closest the closer Em gets to the prince, though, the more she questions her mission. Her rage-filled heart begins to soften, but with her life and her family on the line, love could be M's deadliest mistake. And I have read a chapter of this before I went to bed a couple of days ago, and I really, really like the style. Um, and this is not a warning if you want to read this. Like, I love that she has used a certain element of piecing two characters' backstories together already, so you kind of get an idea of how she is in terms of her connection with people and intimacy and romance. So I don't like instant romance books. I just don't. I can't do it anymore. I just can't. I can barely do adult books with like romance anymore. I love it. I love it to bits, but my trigger stuff need to work a lot of stuff out. But anyway, I'm really, really enjoying what I have read so far, all like 10 pages of it. But I am looking forward to having this be probably primarily my fiction book read for um, July. It's my birthday in July too. I'm really excited. I'm turning 26. I made it this far! Which I must admit, it is actually a incredible feat that I've made it this far with my sanity intact. So, in regards to the novel that I'm writing, I started writing my novella for the series, The Rebels, and I had a fantastic month. I got around about 3,500 words written. Not my best ever, but I'm used to writing like 1K a day ish when I'm actually on a roll. But I'm really, really proud of myself for starting it, and especially considering everything else that was going on. And in terms of my 30-day challenge of with the e guide that I made that I'm using as well, I got up to day 8 um, with my cards and brainstorming, and I'm actually happy with that because I've taken my brainstorming as far as I can possibly take it, because I feel like I started working and mapping out the story along with these questions so I could figure things out, and I'm happy with just staying on day 8 for now and then working my way through the next however many questions I do with this. Um, it is a 30-day challenge, but sometimes I don't like doing 30 days consecutively. I just prefer to just do clumps, or that's just how my brain works. And like I said, you can only push yourself so far. You can only push your brainstorming so far if you're working on the story, if that makes sense. Like I could go really out there, but at the same time, I think I've gone as out there as I possibly can with this character. At to where I am with my writing. I also had a fantastic writing session or writing check in with the Bard's Lament, and she really helped me to figure out a lot of things that I need to be working on in my novel, especially the world building, because that's specifically what I asked to get some feedback on, and she gave me some fantastic feedback. So, plants, animals, the ecosystem, that's what I'll be working on as well. And alongside that, I guess, comes the writing books that I'm reading as well. Because primarily, I really want to focus my month on learning about character a little bit more. Not that I don't need to know about character, but it's just feeling like where um, I wanted to go, and sort of learning the different ways of creating character and adding emphasis to them. So, I started reading, and I am absolutely in love with this book. I'm buying myself a hardback cover so I can um, actually highlight the things that I want to highlight. And I'm reading Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert, Creative Living Beyond Fear. I really, really love what she says. She really taps into how I do create, and I'm very like-minded in her perspective, but my ego is completely the opposite. So it's really funny reading this, and my ego has been like, really? That's not how you're supposed to be successful. And it's like, fuck successful. Let's just fuck success. Like, let's just be creative people and create, and then whatever comes out of it, that's a bonus. So, yeah, I really like this book, and I'm not too far ahead, but I've been reading it at night time and I haven't been able to sleep because I get creative ideas. And I'm also reading Love Writing, How to Make Money Writing Romantic and Erotic Fiction. For me, this is just play for now. Just reading, exploring, experimenting with the idea of writing some more romance. And I'm starting to write a little bit more fan fiction, and I also RP sometimes on another site. So I collaborate with people and RP with them in fantasy sci-fi settings. So with erotic elements and kinks. So it's been really interesting to implement that into my fan fiction kind of perspective. Eventually, I would actually like to write romance and erotica because I just seem to be able to like not churn them out as in like stupidly, but when I get on a roll, I get on a roll, and I have got countless hundreds of erotic stories in folders and in on USB sticks and things like that, but I'm not touching them at the moment because a lot of them were written in periods of time when my life was very out of control. And so the next book that I have been reading and looking forward to getting back into because it's talking about characters is Getting into Character: 7 Secrets of a Novelist. I'm very wordy today. 7 Secrets a Novelist Can Learn from Actors. I'm just going to show you the cover because I'm tongue tied today. So I'm reading that and I'm really enjoying it. And I really just, I have taken such a break from YouTube and social media for a while, and it's been really, really good because I'm sort of starting to balance myself out again and not just put all my energy in one place. Balance is the key. Oh, and I'm also reading a couple of books on my Kindle. I'm starting a book today about Bridget, the Celtic goddess, because she's come into my peripheral. If you've watched my previous video, Healing with Mythology, I talk a little bit about how that came about and why, and I'm really excited in July to be working with her, especially since it's my birthday month, and we're going into the new moon in Cancer, so it's very emotional, and I just need a little bit of fire. I really need a bit of fire in my life. So lastly, oh yeah, I'll be starting uni again next week, which is exciting, and I will be doing building a strong narrative, archetypes and images, which I am just so freaking excited to do. Like, just I wanted to do this course because it had that class. I just love archetypes and symbols and myths, and it's just, and I know that the assignments that we have to do revolve around exploring myths and writing an essay about them, and also using them in storytelling and creating stories with them. So I'm really excited to have like new perspectives that I can add to my fiction and even non-fiction, like writing or using myths to help heal. And I think the other one is writing professionally, which will help with my non-fiction side of things. So anyway, I couldn't remember if I showed this on a video, but I'm also working with my Midori, my traveler's notebook. I made these inserts, and they're very small inserts because I don't really like having big ones. I just like having smaller ones. So I made one with paper, lined paper. I made one with a planary kind of insert. I didn't make the actual inserts, but I did make the Well, I made the booklet, but I didn't make the paper like this. I didn't make the Saturday Sunday thing. Same with the graph paper in this one. I found graph paper online, but I did make the book. I really love this. And where was the other one? Hmm. Oh, I don't have it in here, but I have another one that I made that I really, really love. And then I've got my quote from my meditation with the Dagda and the Seer, the High Priestess. And I have some quotes from my meditation with the Shaman, which I really love. He told me, in good timing, the Shaman says, nothing too fast, you won't ever get time to understand if you're striving to prove or complete. Your journey deserves commitment, and you are here. Your guardians are here. You are here. You are ready for your journey. You are ready to create your own tools and charge them with your magic. I really love the Shaman. He's a beautiful card. We had beautiful times together. And so I finally actually was able to create inserts. One that my traveler's notebook held, because the ones that they came with were really thick, and I couldn't get them back in. I couldn't get them to sit right. They just felt horrible. And so I'm finally able to actually use this, love using it, and I'm really excited to actually write with it. And I think I might buy some blank notebooks though for drawing and tarot kind of stuff, because that's what I like to use. And yeah, so that's my update Writerly thing. I also have two new crystals. I have a orange citrine, which I am loving. I carry it everywhere. It's been a really good rejuvenation stone for me. And I have another adventurine, no, Amazonite, sorry. Amazonite. I love my Amazonite. Oh, bellissimo. It's my stone, I think. My just something about it. Every time I buy the that and sodalite, Amazonite and sodalite are like my stones. Like I just really love them so much. I just want to fill my house with them. So these are my creative stones. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching and your support. Slurpy slurp, and I hope you have a fantastic month ahead. And I will talk to you all later. Bye, guys.